So a lot of people think acid is just a substance that produces hydrogen ion as the only positive ion when dissolved in water. But I need to let you know that that is just one of the three definitions of an acid. To start with today, I will start from theories of acid and base. Theories of acid and base. Three great scientists gave different definitions of acids and base, and we'll start from there. The first scientist is the Arrhenius theory. The Arrhenius theory. It was this man Arrhenius that defined an acid as a substance which produces hydrogen ion as the only positive ion when dissolved in water. Now, we have example HCl. When HCl undergoes dissociation reaction is just simply the splitting up of compounds into its constituent ions. So looking at this example, it is actually not able to justify the definition I gave. The definition from Arrhenius says an acid is a substance which produces hydrogen ion as the only positive ion when dissolved in water. But when you look at this example on the board, there's no place to figure out. We can't find the water, and that's why the definition was actually remodified to be a substance which produces hydroxonium ion. Hydroxonium ion. Hydroxonium ion. Hydroxonium ion as the only positive ion when in water. So using this example now, I have this HCl in water giving H3O plus Cl minus. The definition of acid according to Arrhenius. Good. Now, how did Arrhenius define a base? Quick one. Arrhenius defined a base as a substance which produces hydroxyl ion, OH minus, hydroxyl ion as the only negative ion. Are you with me? As the only negative ion. So I'll give you example. Sodium hydroxide. When it undergoes dissociation, you have Na plus and OH minus. Produces hydroxide ion as the only negative ion. So that definition you are used to is simply the definition given by Arrhenius, according to Arrhenius theory. So moving forward to the next theory of acid and base. The next theory of acid and base is the theory of Bronsted-Lowry theory. The second theory we will be having is the Bronsted-Lowry theory. Actually, this theory was worked on by two persons. First one Bronsted, the other one Lowry. How do they define acid and base? Bronsted-Lowry defined acid as a proton donor. In chemistry, what is a proton? A proton is represented by an hydrogen atom. A proton is represented by an hydrogen atom. An hydrogen atom. H plus. An hydrogen atom, yeah? An hydrogen atom. H. So, according to Bronsted-Lowry, acid is a proton donor, while a base is a proton acceptor, according to Bronsted-Lowry. So let's see, quick one example. The reaction between ammonia and HCl giving us ammonium ion and Cl minus. All right? Looking at this, NH3 has 3 hydrogen to itself. On getting to the other side of the reaction, it has turned to NH4. Now it has added 1 hydrogen to itself. It means that the HCl has lost 1 hydrogen. 1 hydrogen. Here HCl, here ordinary Cl. The HCl has lost hydrogen, has donated a proton. So an acid donates a proton. So here HCl is the acid because it is capable of donating the H, while the NH3 is the base. Now going further, when an acid donates a proton, on the other side, after donating the proton, it is called conjugate base. Conjugate base. While a base, after accepting the proton on the other side, it is called conjugate acid. Conjugate acid. Conjugate acid. I can give you one more example on this for proper understanding. Let us see this. Water plus HCl. Going, you have H3O plus Cl minus. Looking at this, the HCl will also donate. And you have the acid. This is capable of accepting the hydrogen, the proton. You have the base. And on the other side, the base will give you the conjugate acid and the Cl minus. You have the conjugate base. Definition, another definition of acid and base according to Brostol-Lowry. So you do not have to limit yourself to only Arrhenius theory. A lot of people don't know that the major definition of acid and base that they know is that given by the Arrhenius theory. So you also have the definition of the Brostol-Lowry theory, which is always tested in WAEC, most especially in your UTME and in your post-UTME. So moving forward quickly to the third definition of acid and base given by Lewis. So the third theory of acid and base, Lewis theory. Lewis theory. According to Lewis, an acid is an electron pair acceptor and a base an electron pair donor. When we say a pair, what does it mean? Two things makes a pair. For example, a pair of socks, meaning the right leg of the socks and the left leg of the socks. So when we say electron pair acceptor, electron pair, 2 electrons makes an electron pair. Are you with me? All right. So according to Lewis, an acid is an electron pair acceptor and a base an electron pair donor. Let us see, for example, the reaction between ammonia and hydrogen ion to give ammonium ion. Looking at this example, under bonding, I will still take another class on bonding, so you will have a proper understanding of the chemistry that is about to happen here. But quick one, let me remind you that nitrogen is number 7 on the periodic table, whose K element configuration is 2,5. It means nitrogen has 5 valent electrons, meaning 5 electrons in its outermost shell. Are you there? All right. So nitrogen has a bond pair and 3 lone pairs of electrons. Nitrogen has 5 electrons in its outermost shell. 5 electrons in its outermost shell. It uses these 3 electrons to bond with 3 hydrogen covalently. Covalent bonding involves equal sharing of electrons. I will have another class on that some other time. It bonds with 3 hydrogen equally. They donate one electron. 2 electrons forms a bond. And this is the origin of NH3. Leaving here 2 electrons, a lone pair of electrons, a lone pair. 2 electrons make a pair, don't forget. Now, in the chemistry of ammonia combining with hydrogen ion, the lone pair of electrons bond with the hydrogen ion. The hydrogen does not drop any ions, any electron for bonding. All the electrons for bonding here is donated from the nitrogen 2 electrons here, giving it ammonium ion. So looking at that, the ammonia is donating while the hydrogen is accepting. Tentatively, the ammonia that is donating is the base, while the hydrogen ion that is accepting is the acid. According to Lewis, an acid accepts electron pair and a base donates electron pair. But looking at the 3 theories, there's something similar about the 3 theories about the acid. Most of the theories, most of the examples we have considered has H plus involved as the acid. As H plus involved as the acid. And that is why the most prominent, the commonly used definition of acid and base is that of the Arrhenius, since all other definitions as well speaks about H plus as the acid. So thank you for listening. Thank you for staying tuned. All I want you to do for me is to view, like, subscribe, share, and reshare. God bless you. See you some other time.